Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Sharia Bank Principle, the Financial Service Authority, or you call OJK, put forward several principles of Islamic banking. In its website, Islamic banks are banks that operate in accordance with Sharia principles. The implementation of Sharia principle is the main differentiator with conventional banks. In its operation, Islamic banks must always refer to the following four principles. Number one, fairness. Every investor, customer, depositor of funds user, and Islamic financial institution share profits on the basis of sales according to the contribution and risks of each party. Number two, partnership, namely the position between investor, customers, fund users, and Islamic financial institution parallel to each other as business partner who synergies to earn profits. Number three, transparency, namely financial reports provided by Islamic financial institution openly and so that investors can find out the condition of their own funds. Number four, universal, namely that each party doesn't distinguish between ethnicity, regulation, race, and class in society in accordance with Islamic principle. As already mentioned, the principle of Islamic banking must refer to the guidelines of Islamic teaching as rahmatan lil alamin. In this case, there are three main pillars of Islamic teaching that are also related to the principle of Islamic banking, including various forms of activities that contain elements of speculation and gambling are not permitted in any Sharia bank operation. In Sharia economic, assets should not only be centered on a few people, so they must continue to rotate or be traded. Allah doesn't like Muslims who hoard unproductive assets, and therefore Muslims who have unproductive assets will be subject to a larger zakat than if the assets are productive. Every Sharia economic operation must be carried out transparently and fairly on the basis of mutual agreement and without concern from any party. There is an obligation to record every transaction, especially those that are not cash in nature. The presence of a trusted witness is also one of the principles of Islamic banking. There is a recommendation to issue zakat as a fulfillment of the obligation to set aside assets, and to issue infaq and sadaqah as a manifestation of the importance of distributing wealth and fighting poverty. The Islamic banking principle states that bank interest includes usury and is forbidden. This has become an agreement between scholars, fiqh experts, and Islamic bankers in every Sharia economic activity benefit of joining a Sharia bank. After knowing the principle of Islamic banking in an effort to be within the rules of Sharia, you also need to know the benefits of having an Islamic bank, including the use of Islamic products. Number one, free of usury. The principle of Islamic banking are in accordance with Islamic Sharia, which prohibits usury in every applicable transaction. In Islam, usury is forbidden and must be abandoned. The advantage and benefits of saving with the principle of Islamic banking are that the fund used will be used for things that are in accordance with Sharia. Meanwhile, in conventional bank, customers do not need to pay too much attention to what their money will be placed or used for, so that conventional banks can channel them for various possibilities that can be obtained as much as possible. Number two, there is a profit sharing system and more transparency. Every transaction that applies in Islamic banks doesn't apply an interest system, but for profit sharing in accordance with Islamic Sharia. That is, profits are calculated based on the income earned by Islamic banks. This is very different from the interest system in conventional banks. In addition, because it is based on Islamic Sharia, every transaction in a Sharia bank applies a transparent and fair system in accordance with the mutual agreement between the customer and the bank. Number three, guaranteed by the deposit insurance or corporation, you can call LPS. For every customer who makes a transaction at a Sharia bank, all the funds stored can be confirmed by the ETC. These transactions are in the form of savings, current accounts, time deposits, as well as all banking activities. That way, you don't have to worry because all operational activities are based on Islamic Sharia. And number four, prioritizing the benefit of the people. The next advantage of joining a Sharia bank is that the funds deposited by customer are intended for the benefit of the people. That is, the funds are funds obtained from the people and will be returned from its own state. And number five, good relationship as bank partner in conventional banks. Generally, the relationship between the bank and the customer tends to be more like a creditor and a debitor, whereas in Islamic banks, the banks considers customers more as partners so that they are entitled to receive returns from investment invested in the bank. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.